sit on like the edge of the chair. You could do this.
Yeah.
The whole time. So what's going on, Kathy?
Jack would be like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Hello and welcome to Runnah, running on Cape Cod, Massachusetts and beyond. I'm Juliana, your host, and this week we have our second and also very special guest. I'm very excited to have our administrator of the Cape Cod Marathon, Kathy MacDonald, here.
Hi.
Hello, Kathy. It's nice to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Kathy and I work pretty closely together at the Cape Cod Marathon, and this is a pretty hyper-local podcast for the most part, especially where it's starting out right now. And it's also brought to you in part by the Falmouth Running Club, who is the premier organizer. What is the title with the Falmouth Running Club? Are we just like the premier?
We own the Cape Cod Marathon.
Oh, we own the Cape Cod Marathon.
Yeah, we own the Cape Cod Marathon.
We are in the business of money. And we own them. Which just means the same exact people who run the Cape Cod Marathon are also on the organizing committee for the running club.
Yeah, it kind of falls that way.
Yeah, just pretty much the same people across the
Mm-hmm.
board. But we're here today because we're going to be giving listeners and viewers an overview of the Cape Cod Marathon and just some things that we think that you should know if you are going to be running the Cape Cod Marathon, specifically for the 2024 year.
Yep.
Just because a few things have changed since the last couple of years, especially from 2022 to 2023.
Yep.
Just because we've changed a lot of the logistics around the race. But the race itself is still amazing and getting better every single year.
All the time.
Yeah. I feel like one of the things we're really good at as a race is always being not like meanly self-critical, but self-critical enough where
we want to improve.
Yeah, we're constantly looking to improve. I mean, even just me going to the Clarence DeMar Marathon over the weekend. I was taking notes the whole time. Taking notes the whole time. Being like, I should not do that. So why don't you give everyone just an overview as to who you are, Kathy, and maybe a little bit of background on your running journey and just what exactly you do with the Cape Cod Marathon.
Okay, well, my running background, gosh, I've been running, 20-something years. Not a long time. I've done 19 marathons. I've completed all the world majors. And I just it's fun to run. I like running with friends. I like belonging to a running club. That's how I got involved with the Falmouth Running Club. I had moved here permanently in 2024. The position opened up. I knew that that's the job for me. So it's been it's only my tribulations, a lot of learning, but it's a great experience. I'm the administrator, so I take care of everything from starting the registration platform going. I do all of our spring race platforms for registrations for that. I handle back-end stuff through the medal design, T-shirt design. I kind of just dabble in everything.
Yeah, anything that's really Falmouth Running Club / Cape Cod Marathon, you have capacity.
Yeah.
There's nothing that goes untouched.
Right. And we do offer other things other than just running. We have a women's initiative program. We do a lot of stuff. So
the kids programs that we
put on. The kids programs, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of other things that will sponsor, say the Timber Axe and Bowl night, things like that.
Yep.
Or I know I came in and did a nutrition night for everyone one time. So things that are just community events that are open to our club members.
Yep.
We also facilitate as well too.
Yep.
I don't think I realized you only moved here in more sense to me now. I was just confused for a second. I was like, I swear to God, Kathy was here before I was, because I moved to Falmouth in 2017.
Yeah, no, I've been here a long time, but just not permanently.
Okay. Well, we're happy to have you here, though.
I love living at the beach.
I know, it's a nice time. I always tell people, too, once you get the beach, you don't want to
Yeah, you don't want to go anywhere else.
You don't want to go anywhere else. This is the place to be. But we're also really happy to have you as our administrator for the Cape Cod Marathon. Thanks. I think you do a great job.
Thank you.
I have no notes, I would say Jack is probably, our director, is probably in the same boat where Kathy really just steers the ship and it goes in a good direction.
Try to.
So,
try to miss those icebergs.
Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
That's right. That's right.
It's fine.
It's all trial and effort.
Yeah. But we are just getting into high gear right now with the Cape Cod Marathon. It is in about exactly a week.
1 week from today.
Yeah, we'll be setting up the expo next week at this time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The party starts.
Yeah. We had our last meeting for the marathon last night.
Yep.
And everyone has pretty much been given their duties and are ready to rock and roll.
Yep.
Which means that it's about time for all of our runners to get their butts down here soon, too.
Yeah.
And it means that if you've been training for the Cape Cod Marathon, well, we hope you've been training the whole time. Because otherwise,
good luck. It's going to be a long day.
Yeah, you're going to have a long day. So I think what we should go through is maybe just an overview of the Cape Cod Marathon, just the course in general.
Okay.
Some things that are, because people are always asking, like, is it a flat marathon? Is it a hilly marathon? What's the weather usually like on that day? And then some things that we get as questions a lot of the time, just because I do our social media and a little bit of the interaction side of things when it comes to the Cape Cod Marathon. You do the majority of the troubleshooting when it comes to people's panicked emails to you at 2 a.m.
Yeah. It's okay.
So we're both pretty aware of what questions tend to come up over and over again when it comes to certain things. But what would you say, Kathy, is more or less the profile/personality of the course of the Cape Cod Marathon?
It's actually pretty flat.
Yeah.
The course was changed a few years back, and it runs mostly on the coast now. It is mile 3.5, starts some rolling hills out to Woods Hole, and then it's flat all the way till mile 12, and you have the Heights Hill as you're heading away from the finish line, and then you come back and you have that Heights Hill again, and that's it. Other than that, it's flat.
Yeah, it's pretty flat.
Yeah, it's pretty flat.
I would say the biggest thing for me that I would make of note, and I had someone who sent us an Instagram DM the other day that made me laugh real hard because she said, how likely do you think it's going to be windy? And I said, there's a -10 chance that there will not be wind.
It's the coast. It's always windy.
Well, and the new course. Mostly on exposed beach.
Yep.
You can't hide behind anything.
No.
So
just getting a pack of runners and
yeah, if you have a group that you're running with, like that's great. But that's I would say one of the most kind of signature parts of the course for the Cape Cod Marathon would probably be the wind.
The wind.
It's gonna be windy no matter what. Whether you get, and because a lot of it is like out and backs, you do get the wind. The good wind. Say so
few
too.
years. Hopefully it's been like it has been this week. It's been
nice.
Really nice. The temperature's been good. There's hardly any wind. It's been good. Keep your fingers crossed.
Yeah, but don't bet too much on it. We've been around for enough Cape Cod Marathons where we know that usually we get one really good day and one day that's like debatable at best.
Yeah.
I feel like last year we had 2 pretty good days.
Yeah,
though.
it was, except for the wind on Sunday, it was a beautiful day.
Yeah, it was really nice for taking pictures, though. All those pictures that our photographer Ryan took, like, you would never see the wind in any of those pictures because they look great.
Wind is invisible.
The wind is invisible. So pretty flat, really good if you're kind of looking for a BQ, I would say.
Yep.
It's easy to get to as well. We are pretty ample parking, which is one of the questions that a lot of people ask, and we can get into that in a minute.
Yeah.
But because it is a smaller race, and what are our numbers right now, Kathy, as to registered runners?
A total registered runners, including the kids, we're up to over 4,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're like a moderately sized smaller marathon.
Yeah.
Like on the size of smaller marathons, like I said, like Clarence DeMar that I ran last week, there was like 400 people total running the whole race. More of a smaller marathon. Again, not a bad marathon in any capacity. I had a lovely time. 10 out of 10 would go back and run it again. But just a little bit smaller than we are. But it is nice running a smaller marathon. And I, as someone who ran the Cape Cod Marathon as my first marathon and is a fan of smaller marathons, I feel like it's a really good place to like do your marathon debut because you don't have to worry about the logistics of like a bigger marathon. Because you and I have both run. You've run all the World Marathon majors. I've run 4 out of the 6 so far. And we know how much of a production it is to get to the start line of one of those things.
Ours is pretty easy.
So this race
easy in, easy out.
Yeah, easy in, easy out. You can park pretty closely. And it's just really a wonderful event. and the whole community comes out. We have a lot of community support.
Yep, we do.
I know that most of the time we have at least most of the sports teams in town come out and do something.
Oh, yeah. From the Falmouth High School and the town next door, Mashpee High School. The kids, the groups of kids, the sports teams, the music groups, everybody, they come out and they help somehow.
Yeah. I know. I was talking to Bob Yates last night, and he was telling me all the different music groups and everything that are going to be on the course. I know. Like, wow.
I know. Really good. DJ, couple of band kind of things, couple of DJs. Yeah. What do you say? The strolling musicians or something?
Yeah,
They're just going to be
just like walking around. Yeah. I feel like as far as smaller marathons go, too, we have a lot of course support.
Yes.
Like even when I was running last year, because I ran the first 19 miles last year, there wasn't really a spot where I felt there wasn't any course support.
Any people.
Yeah. Which was pretty awesome, considering we are like a much smaller race.
Right.
Like we're not a Boston, we're not a New York.
No.
Not in any capacity. But
we're
really
a community.
Nice. Yeah. I will say the number one feedback I get every year from people who are like submitted their feedback on our social media side of things say that they feel like they were adopted into a family for the weekend.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's what we want. That's what we want.
Yeah.
Come down here, we'll take care of you.
Yeah. Come on in, we'll get you some chowder, get you a donut,
Donuts, yep.
Yeah, if we don't have those donuts, man, it's a freaking riot. It's wild. But I guess what we can do now, Kathy, is just get into some like FAQs, some questions that maybe off the top of the dome, things that you think of that people are constantly asking about the marathons, things that if you were a runner, I know you created this, if anyone's watching visually, we have this really lovely runner's handbook that Kathy has created, which is absolutely fabulous. If you're a runner, you'll be getting this in your email.
Yeah, it's digital. It's on our website now.
Kathy spent the whole morning
trying to figure it out.
Website.
Yeah.
So go look at it.
Look at it. And tell me how awesome it is.
Send her an email, info@capecodmarathon.com, and let her know how much you love it.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah.
But I think what we should do is talk about some of the things that get asked a lot. Things that get
asked a lot. Yeah. I get a lot of emails from people, when can I pick up my bib?
Yeah, I think that's a good thing to talk about.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the expo and bib pickup.
Okay.
So let's maybe just talk through starting on Friday.
Yeah. So Friday, the expo opens at 3, and it closes at 7, but we know it's a long weekend holiday, and it is vacation land, so we will hold the doors open until 8 because we know you're going to get stuck at the Bourne Bridge.
Which we will also be making a social media post the day before reminding you that there will be traffic at the Bourne Bridge.
So anyway, it opens at 3. We have packet pickup or number pickup for the half marathon and the Chowder Challenge only on those days. We have our expo. It's in Mullen Hall School Gym. It's not a giant facility, so we don't have the space to hold everything for all the races. So we just do the half and the Chowder because those are the first 2 races on Saturday morning. So we have that for Friday. And there's going to be shopping.
Yeah, we have USA Racing.
Racing is our official merchandise. The Run House will be there. They're bringing in, I think it's Brooks and Hoka's.
Yep.
And Marathon Sports will be there, but I don't know what they're bringing. It's a surprise.
Ooh, a surprise.
A surprise. And we also have National Running Center. They'll be bringing a lot of other
like
accessories, and I think they carry Frank Shorter stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we also have some at the expo. There's also going to be some presenters and some like local practitioners, I guess I'll call them, because I believe
authors, publishers.
Yeah, and we have like Nicole. Anyone who's been following our social media, she's the head of our cycling team, so she'll be there. We have.
Dr. Bob Mulcahy will be there. He's
Dr. Bob's our chiropractor.
Official chiropractor. Yeah, he'll be there. We have South Coast Wind will be there.
Yeah, they're our premier sponsor. Thank you to them. We appreciate it. You know,
I'll be there.
Kathy will be there. She'll be promoting herself. She'll be like, "Love me, thank me for my hard work."
You're the one running around like a chicken with their head cut off.
Yeah. So we'll have a fair amount for a smaller marathon too. We have like a pretty good sized expo, I would say.
Yeah, we do. It's a good expo.
Yeah. And we'll have, I know Paul Searcy is going to be there as well too with his book. And you said Frank Shorter is also going to be there with his book. So we'll have a fair amount of like running specific gear and Cape Cod specific gear. And also some extra doodads and goodies that you can.
Everybody likes to shop.
Yep. And you should come in and buy things. Yes, you should. So, but that experience is going to be starting Friday.
And
then Saturday morning,
The doors to the expo will open at 6. Runner pickup, number pickup starts at 6:30.
Okay.
And again, it's only for the half marathon and the Chowder Challenge. That's till 7:45-ish. The race starts at 8 right outside the door. So you don't have to run anywhere. You don't have to get on a bus to, be transported
it's like 50
anywhere.
feet, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll also have gear check outside starting at 6 a.m. You can bring your bag. I think it's an 18 by 24-inch bag, and we will put it in another bag, a clear bag, and load it on our gear check truck, which is out in the parking lot right next to the changing tents.
Yeah, which is a new addition for this year, too.
Yes.
Which I'm going to try and pop out of that changing tent and put it back in the thing later. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, so.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah. So then at 8, the half and the Chowder Challenge, the first leg of the Chowder Challenge, which is the half on Saturday and the full on Sunday. So the half, they start on Saturday.
Yep. And only the craziest of the craziest people have done that.
Yeah.
I've done it. I'm crazy.
I've done, not here, but somewhere else.
Yeah. You've done like the Dopey, right?
No, I was supposed to, but there was a snowstorm and I didn't get there. But I did one in Maine.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So some variation on it. You got to be a certain level of crazy to get to that,
Yeah. Because you just do it for fun.
Yeah, it's a fun
it's
time.
Just for fun.
It's a fun time.
Yeah.
So we'll have that. And then after the half marathon, the expo is also open.
Yep, it stays open. At 3 o'clock, the people that are running the 5K, the marathon, the relay teams can come from oh, no, I'm sorry. Did I say
Until
3?
3, yeah.
From 10 to 3.
Yeah,
From 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. to pick up their bibs.
And then we kick you out at 3 p.m.
And the kids.
Bye.
The kids can come in, too, and get theirs.
If they want to.
Yeah, they can come and get their stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot happening on Sunday. So pretty much if you didn't pick up, if you're not the half marathon or the Chowder Challenge, your bib pickup day is going to be Saturday.
Saturday, yep, 10 to 3. And then Sunday morning, same thing. The expo will not be open inside. There'll be a very condensed expo.
Outside.
It'll be inside at 6 a.m.
Okay.
And then they'll move the merchandise when the race starts. They'll move everything, weather permitting, outside.
Yeah,
weather permitting. Yeah. So you can pick up your bibs again from 6:30 to 7:45, and then your races start at 8. The 5K starts at 8:15. Kids can pick up their bibs on race morning in the foyer of the gym, starting at 8, and then their race starts at 9.
Yeah. So and then the relay is also happening at the same exact time as the marathon on Sunday too. That pretty much is happening exactly the same time. So it's just multiple people instead of one person doing the whole distance.
Up to 5 on a team.
Yeah, which is cool. It's a fun time. Get the shell medal. It's a fun time.
Yep.
So that is kind of the layout for the expo. And then the races we talked about, which we've simplified a lot. So if you've run the marathon in previous years, you might have noticed that not everything went out of the same location, which made things kind of confusing because the expo and like the half marathon and the full marathon all were started
in 3 different places. Ugh,
which was so confusing for parking and for otherwise and just for organization. I feel like from our standpoint too, from like an organizational, like who brings the trucks here doing this X, Y, and Z, like where is the tent going for today versus tomorrow, moving the tents from
Who's
the
got the tables?
Yeah, having to shift everything from that in front of the town hall to like in front of in the green. It just wasn't the best logistics wise.
No, now we got home base.
Yeah, it's so nice.
Home base.
Set it up on Friday, let it rock.
Yep.
And that's how it goes. So I feel like one of the questions we get a lot and something that curses us every year is parking. Where do I park? I don't know where to park. Is this an okay place to park? Where will I get towed if I park here?
Right.
So that's a big thing. And as the person who's also paranoid about where they're going to park, even when I was up in New Hampshire, I like triple check that I was in the right parking lot.
It's nothing worse than finish a marathon and you can't find your car.
Yeah, absolutely. What a nightmare. That's never happened to me yet. Like knock on wood, but I don't want that to be my life. I don't want to be exhausted and drained and being like, and have like something in my car that I wanted afterwards. Because like we do have the gear check here, but for the most part, you can park close enough.
Yeah, you can get, where
if you wanted to go back to your car and grab something, you could.
Yeah.
But definitely, I don't want that for anyone either. So I know that part of the runner's guide that you made, Kathy, which if anyone is watching on the video, can see that Kathy made a parking list.
Yeah, parking list.
Yeah. So do you want to read off maybe some of the parking lots that people can park at? So they're, because most of them, and I like how you put the distances.
Yeah, so we have the distance to the start and finish. So the closest lot, it's just a municipal lot in town. It's at Peg Noonan Park, which is across the street pretty much from the start-finish area. It's like 0.1 miles. There's parking on Main Street. We have a couple of lots along Catherine Lee Bates Road, which the school is on that road. There's a couple of lots there, up to like a quarter mile, third of a mile. The Lawrence School, which is directly behind the Mullen Hall School, they also have parking there, and there is a pathway that cuts through. So
yeah, if you've run the Falmouth Road Race, that's where the buses.
Yeah, it's where the buses pick you up for the Falmouth Road Race.
Yeah.
On Sunday only, you can park at Museums on the Green, which is further down Catherine Bates Road. It's less than half a mile, though. And on Saturday only, you can park at John Wesley Church, which is, it's not too far from Lawrence School.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, and that is about a half a mile, too. But that's only Saturday because they have church on Sunday. The community center has parking. The Falmouth District Court has parking. So there's plenty of places to park.
Yeah.
You just can't park at Mullen Hall School.
Yeah, because we need that.
That's for our race team.
For our race team, and also for one of the things that I think we should talk about too, our extended finish line area for this year.
The extra mile.
Yep, the extra mile, which is a more newer thing as of this year. I feel like last year we had a few of the things that we have again this year, but Dory, our coordinator for that, great job, Dory, has done a fantastic job in expanding that. And I really like that you and her kind of came up with this idea and made it come to fruition. I think it's fantastic. But do you want to talk about what that even is and what's going to be included?
So we have 3 food trucks coming. The Kitchen, Fresh Roll,
Beyond the Grind.
And Beyond the Grind. That's a coffee truck. But we also have the ice cream truck.
Yeah, Sea Scoops.
Sea Scoops, the ice cream truck. So in the parking lot at Mullen Hall School, the 3 food trucks will be there. The ice cream truck is going to be down at the kids' playground.
Fair.
Fair. Mm-hmm.
And then what else are we including in our finish line area this year?
So we have our brand new giant PR bell. So if you PR, you can ring the PR bell. We'll have photographers walking around, get your picture taken. We have a selfie backdrop, and this year we have selfie station props.
Oh, there we go.
We have,
very nice.
We have, I think, 4 cornhole games.
Okay.
Bad Martha's is donating a couple for us to use, as is the Falmouth Road Race.
Nice.
We have a woman coming, and she owns a company. It's called Silly Faces by Sarah. So she has face painting that she'll be doing, and I think she's bringing a balloon artist with her also.
Yes, that's what I was told too.
Yep.
And then we also have, we were talking about the changing tents too.
Changing tents, yep, for men and women.
Which will be a new addition, so that way, hopefully, you're enticed to stick around.
No showers, sorry.
Yeah, no showers.
Bring some clothes.
Yeah, just bring a change of clothes.
Bring a change of clothes.
If anything, runners are disgusting. We're gross people. We'll wear the same clothes. Like, we'll go running in an outfit and then just wear it the whole rest of the day, and then reach the end of the day and be like, oh yeah, I'm still wearing those crusty running clothes from this morning on it. We're gross. We're nasty.
Yeah, so
and that's just kind of it.
And there's all the chowder and everything, the soups afterwards, the donuts, hang out. I mean, the families come. The playground is huge for the kids. It's huge.
Yeah, well, that's one of the nice things about having it at the Mullen Hall School, too, is we have the playground there, which is great.
Yep.
And did we decide on what the Carousel of Light is doing? If it's just going to be an accoutrement or like a visual? Or
it's just a visual because they're closed up for the season.
Okay. So you can take in the visuals of a vintage carousel.
Yeah, vintage. I don't even know how old it is. It's pretty old.
It's pretty old. It's
pretty old.
It's old. Were you there? Who was there with me when I met the guy who originally carved all the animals?
Oh, really? I have no idea. It's not me.
I can't. Someone introduced me to him. I can't remember who it was.
Oh,
but
really?
I got to meet this older gentleman who carved. He must have been in like his 80s. Who hand carved all the animals that are on the Carousel of Light, which is the name of the
carousel.
The carousel that is down in front of the Mullen Hall School that you can ride during the summer down here.
Yep. Yeah,
which is really
cool. And it's really popular. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's very popular.
I've never been on it. Have you?
No. I think we got.
I would throw up.
I feel like next year when it starts, everyone on the Cape Cod Marathon organizing team needs to make a group trip down there.
We do a picture.
Yeah.
Everybody on the horses.
Jack will love it. He'll be so thrilled.
Yeah.
He's like, they made me come down here. Be like, we did.
Yeah,
like
10 fingers.
Dory, and I like Nicole. Be like, ah! You have Aaron, Cam, it'll be everyone. We'll have Bob take our pictures. We'll have a nice time.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
Yeah.
But so we have a lot going on at the finish line this year.
Yeah, and we do. And the shopping will be outside.
Yeah, so we'll have the people from USA Racing outside as well, too.
Buy stuff.
Buy goodies. I got some new gear from them recently. I freaking love that Carhartt jacket.
That jacket is awesome.
It's a nice jacket.
It's
I'm
awesome.
like, when you get a piece of clothing and you're like, this is something I'm going to keep for the rest of my life. That is something I'm going to keep for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
It's a nice jacket. I don't want to have to wear it on race day because then the weather means the weather's absolute crap. But if I have to, I'm not mad about it.
Yeah, you could wear that in a blizzard.
It's like, it is intense in the best way possible. But yeah, definitely buy some race gear. And we have some new stickers this year that I'm excited about and some magnets that are brand new.
Yeah. You can get your 39.3.
Yeah, the first year we have a Chowder Challenge magnet.
Yeah.
Which is very exciting.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
So any other questions? Let's see if we have any other things that we think of in the top right.
People ask. Parking. You know what a lot of people ask? Can I wear a hydration vest?
Ooh, that's a really good question.
That I get a lot on that. Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can indeed.
You can fill it with margaritas if you want. I don't care.
We're not going to test it. You may not make it to the end of the marathon.
But hey, you'll be happy.
At Clarence Demar, there was what they advertised it on a sign leading up to it was a ultra style aid station. And I approached it was some people in the front yard. I approached the aid station. It was pretty much them handing out Fireball and bourbon shots.
No.
And I said,
no.
It was like at mile 25 too. I was like, there's no way I'm making it to no, not.
Can I get it to go in a to-go cup and I'll have it later?
Yeah. I was like, this last mile and a half is not happening. If that's in my system,
No.
So, but yeah, you can definitely bring a hydration vest.
Yep.
Just because if anyone's run any of the major marathons recently, they'll know that is not allowed.
Yeah, that's not allowed.
Or if you've run the Falmouth Fur Race, again,
it's not allowed.
Not allowed. I think we should also talk about the aid stations and the water stations on the course. So that's something that is actually marked on the maps that are included in your runner's handbook and is also on the website.
Yep.
But why don't you speak to where they can find the aid stations, Kathy, and maybe what's available at them?
So both races, the half and the full, the aid stations are approximately 2 miles apart from each other. There's water and Gatorade at all the aid stations. On the marathon course at mile 16, there's gels that we have, goo gels, and at mile 19 and a half approximately, that's where we have the goo chews.
Yeah, the little
and this year there's a couple of different flavors like strawberry banana, there's watermelons, orange. There's I think a coffee one or something. Wow. Yeah, we got some flavored ones this year.
A variety.
Yeah.
You can have an accoutrement of options. Not quite like the Tokyo Marathon, like you and I experienced, where you have the option of a pancake and a pickled plum and
a cube of sugar.
Yeah, some very interesting. Like every aid station was different. I was like, okay,
have a tomato.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't have been surprised. They had multiple aid stations. Each one had a different thing.
Yeah, I'm like, should I try that? What is that?
It was like that big wheel at the end of Let's Make a Deal. What is it? The Price is Right.
Oh yeah.
The giant wheel of just what am I gonna get this time?
What am I gonna get? Yeah.
Which is pretty wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're not running a game like that.
Yeah. No.
A little more simplified.
Yeah.
A little bit more simplified.
Yeah, but if you need more than what we're serving on the courses, remember to bring your own.
Yeah. If you have something that you've been training with the entire time, bring it.
Bring it.
Bring it. But yeah, so you can bring a vest, you can bring a pack, you can do that. You can also have people meet you at certain parts on the course.
Yeah, as long as they don't disrupt all the runners, they can throw you a tomato.
Yeah, if you've been training with tomatoes the whole time,
I did that for Tokyo because they said there was going to be tomatoes.
Did you really?
I did.
I don't think they had tomatoes on the course when I was there.
They didn't. They lied.
Oh, okay. They had the pancakes. I saw the pancakes. I saw the pickled plums, and I saw the sugar cubes. I'm trying to think of what other things were there.
Yeah,
too.
there was some strange stuff. I just no.
I just was like, the Pocari Sweat, I was like, okay, fine, because I had trained a little bit with that.
Did you buy it in the box?
No. Oh, yeah, what, the mix?
No, it was, so they said you can bring a box into the starting area and stuff.
No,
you couldn't, so I'm like, I'll just buy a box in the 7-Eleven or whatever.
Yeah.
When I opened it, it was like hair gel. It was like gel.
So I didn't buy the Pocari Sweat one, but I bought a different one to try after the marathon. And yeah, it was this really disgusting gel.
Yeah, it was
disgusting. I was like,
I know.
I ended up like just throwing it out. I mean, luckily enough, like I'm not for food waste here, but things in Japan are a lot cheaper than they are here. So I think I wasted like 50 cents on it. So I wasn't
a box of gel.
I wasn't like devastated, but we're not going to be getting that fancy. But if you want to get that fancy, you can. And we have a lot of people who do have their family members meet them at certain points along the course because it is pretty like spectator friendly, I would say, with the new course. And that's something I guess we can talk about too, is where are some good spots to spectate from, would you say?
So anywhere on Surf Drive is a great place. It's wide open. You can see the runners there. Around the harbor, it's perfect. And there's so many like back roads. You can like park your car on the back road and kind of walk over to where the course is. Over at the Heights Hill, there's the Central Park there. So you can
a lot of places too, because of the nature of the course, you can see your runner twice if in the same spot.
Yeah, because it's pretty much an out and back. Yeah, it's like a T.
Yeah, it is kind of like a T. Yeah. So if you wanted to hang out, say, in the harbor or at the Heights Hill, you could see the person a minimum of 2 times.
Yep, and then one of the DJs is going to be at the Central Park, right? At the Heights.
I don't know where the DJs were going to be.
I think that's where one's going to be.
I just know we're getting multiple bands.
And if it's a beautiful day, you can sit on the beach.
Yeah, it's right there.
It's right there.
Most of the course is along the beach. I think that's one of the more standout things about this race too, is that it's extremely scenic.
So scenic.
Like Ryan,
did you run yesterday? There was a ginormous cruise ship out there.
Yes, I did see it. Yeah, I looked over because I ran out towards Falmouth Heights, so I went over the hill and I saw it right out in the distance.
It's ginormous.
It took up like I don't know.
It was like a city block floating out there.
Yeah, it was pretty far out, and it took up a good chunk of skyline. Yeah, that far out. I was like, oh boy, wow. I mean, it was a gorgeous day yesterday. Yeah. But I think one of my favorite things about this course is how scenic it is. Yep. And even when Ryan, our photographer, and I were going around filming some stuff for our video that's going to be coming out, like highlighting the spots on the course, him and I the whole time were like, wow, we live somewhere really beautiful.
I know. I thank my lucky stars every day. I get to look at it every day.
I know. I just always think of myself like, I'm so lucky that I live here.
Me too.
It's so pretty here. Like some of my favorite vistas of all time are in this town. Yeah. And and they're on the Cape Cod Marathon course too, which is awesome.
Yep, get to run it every day.
Yeah, every day. Even the ones that I don't get to see every day, I get to see once in a while. Like I love the view that the runners are gonna get when you go. I believe it's around like mile 4, coming up over the hill from Nobska Heights. Like that view of the Churchill with like that little beach that's down there.
It's like the Caribbean.
It's amazing. It's so pretty. That's one of my favorite vistas, going over the smaller bridge that comes away from Falmouth Heights.
Green Pond. Yeah. No, not Green Pond, Great Harbors. Great Harbors.
Yeah, coming over the Great Harbors, like that little bridge that's coming back from that way, going over the Heights Hill, seeing like everything out there. Surf Drive's my favorite beach. When I die, I'm going to get my ashes scattered there, whether it's legal or not. I don't really care. Hopefully that doesn't happen anytime soon, and anyone who clocks that now won't realize it in probably 50, 60 years, hopefully. But it's so scenic.
It is.
It was funny even because we had our longest long run, which is something that we facilitate every year. And the weather was abysmal. It was not
kind of rainy. Kind of windy.
It was bad, but like even the people I was running with, and you heard the people afterwards too. They were like, "It was so pretty." I'm like, "Yeah, this is not the pretty version of it. Yeah, this is not the pretty version of it." People who run the Falmouth Road Race make me laugh too because they're like, "It's so pretty." I'm like, "But you and I have run the Falmouth Road Race a ton of times. You can't see the beach or any of the views because there's so many people.
There's so many people.
You don't even get to take it in at all.
Right.
So this is a good way to take it in. Yep. Get those really pretty views. Yep. Get that beach time. And if it is nice out. Even after you're done running, you can go hit up the beach.
Go to the beach.
Yeah, it's like a mile down the street.
Yeah, exactly a mile.
It literally is exactly a mile. I was just at mile 1 marker earlier today taking pictures, on the middle of my run. So it's like literally right there.
It's right there.
So you can definitely make this. I think that's one of the nice things about this marathon too. And because it is also now on Columbus Day weekend, which is a newer development for the race. Yep. It used to be the last Sunday in October. Used to be a lot more Halloween stuff around it.
Right.
But now, because it's Columbus Day weekend, you can kind of make like a vacation.
Make a vacation of it. We have so many runners that are going to Martha's Vineyard or going further down the Cape. They're making a whole weekend of it with their families. Yeah.
Yeah, because most people will have at least Monday off. A lot of people have Friday off too.
All the kids at school do.
Yeah, there you go. I'm not a kid at school, but it's a fun time. But it definitely has like a huge potential to be a vacation race.
Right.
Because we are like in one of the vacation capitals of the world, to be honest.
Sure are.
And we know that. We know how the population flows here.
Yeah.
We're not oblivious to that.
Yeah.
But it is such a nice, usually most of the weekend, since when we changed it to Columbus Day versus the last weekend in October, I feel like the weather was worse when it was that far
Yeah.
Because that's
been much better.
Yeah, you're just kind of skirting with that like nor'easter area weather.
And if it does rain, it's not cold yet. So.
Yeah, it's not freezing yet.
Yeah. So
it was nice last year announcing the race too, where I was just wearing a sweatshirt and like I was fine the whole time. Whereas like other years when we've had it like towards the end of the month, I've been in like my winter jacket and I'm still like freezing.
Snowsuit.
Yeah, my snowsuit.
Zipped all the way up.
Yep, and got my hat on, like everything. It's not a fun time because it's usually wet when that happens too. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a lot more conducive to everything.
Yeah.
If it's a little bit more nicer, and having that Columbus Day weekend is really awesome. So, but definitely come up here, make a vacation of it, have a fun time.
Yep.
Is there anything else we can think of off the top of our heads, Kathy, that people ask us a lot? I'd say the only thing, as of right now, if you're listening to this before you're running the 2024 Cape Cod Marathon, you can't switch your distance. The race registration is closed.
Well, tonight it closes.
Well, I'm not going to get this episode out tonight, so it's closed.
It's closed.
It's closed.
You snooze, you lose.
Yeah, you snooze, you lose. That's the end of it. You can run next year. Just be on top of your schedule a little bit more than you were.
Yeah, put it on your calendar.
Yep. It doesn't sell out that fast. It's not like one of the races where in 24 hours the whole race is sold out.
But the half is the most popular.
It's wild. The number of people who come out and run the half marathon is crazy.
Yeah, the emails I get now, please, there's got to be something you can do. I'm like,
no.
There's nothing.
No.
Like, there's only so many numbers.
No. That's the end. You as an adult have to take some responsibility for your actions. And that's just how it works.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think that's one of the things that we get right now, especially panicked people asking if they can switch, asking if they can
my
register.
friend signed up and I was going to wait. And now I can't. And I'm like,
yeah, well,
I know.
It is what it is.
I know. You just got to be on top of it.
Yeah. Act like an adult. Write things on your calendar. That's the bare minimum you can do.
A reminder. Hey, Siri, remind me.
Remind me.
In 2025.
Sign up for the Cape Cod
By the end of September or early September to register for the half marathon.
Too, like, even if you're running a half marathon, you should be like training for that at a minimum.
Right.
A full marathon, you got to be thinking more than a week out in advance.
You know how many people sign up for the full marathon this week? It's crazy.
That's wild.
And it's just because they probably like, I'm going to see if I can do it. And then I'm like, all right, now I got to sign up.
Yeah, now they put
I actually can do it, so I will sign up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. I got to sign up and then get out on the street.
Yeah, I have to have something I'm training for with a deadline because then I can plan my training around it.
Exactly.
Otherwise, I'm just like, whatever.
Exactly. That's how I am.
Whatever training happens. It's kind of loosey-goosey about things. Did I run 10? Did I run 15? Did I run 25? I don't know.
Yep.
Whatever. That's kind of how I feel too.
Yeah.
But other things, I'm trying to think if there's anything else off the top of the dome that we get a lot of questions about that we want to address.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Talked about spectating. We talked about runners showing up, parking. Those are the big ones. I think we should probably briefly touch on the relay.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that's something we do get a lot of questions about.
Yeah.
Because it's something that's a little bit more, not like completely original, but a little bit more original to the Cape Cod Marathon than some of the other marathons.
Yeah, I don't know how long they've been doing
the
relay. I did the relay, God, I think it was back in 2012, and it was right around then, maybe earlier. I don't even know. But anyway. Yeah.
I've done it like 3 times, I think, maybe.
Yeah, I did a bunch, but
I don't know.
I was just...
We lose track.
Just like run.
Yeah.
I mean, you used to have to do the batons.
I remember that. Yeah. Now you have a slap bracelet. A lot easier. Yeah. So the general layout of the relay is that you are splitting up the marathon distance. So again, it happens at the exact same time as the marathon, exact same distance as the marathon, the 26.2 miles. But you're splitting it up between a maximum of 5 people, minimum of 2 people.
Yep.
So you can split it up however you want. You can have 2 people who alternate which ones. The one person can do legs 1, 3, and 5, and the other person can do 2 and 4. Or you can do legs 1 through 3, and the second person can do the other half. Yep. Or you can have 5 separate people who do all 5 separate legs. And I think our shortest distance is what, like
2.8?
2.8.
And the longest is 7 point
something.
3?
Yeah.
Don't ask me the order. I forget.
I can't remember.
I forget.
It's changed so many times. It's just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a good way to accomplish something, one, as a team, and 2, you can have people of varying skills and abilities on your team. Yep. So you could have someone who's like, I only really want to do a 5K distance, and they can do like the 2 point whatever, and then someone who's like, yeah, I eat miles for breakfast, and then they can do like the longer ones. Or you can have like what Ken Gardner and his kids do, is they stack their team with the fastest runners in all of freaking Falmouth and try and blast through like the 2-hour time barrier for the marathon. With those kids, because they'll do the
because they're so fast.
Because they're so freaking fast, and they're all coming on to each leg with fresh legs. You know? So it's a lot different hitting the last leg of the relay with not having run the last like 19, 20 miles as opposed to
Every time I did it way back when, I always ended up having to do like the last 2 legs of the hills. That was me. You get the 15 miles. Thanks.
If Bob Mulcahy is listening to this, he'll very much so remember the 2017 relay team he was on with me, where the guy didn't show up and he ended up running an impromptu half marathon.
Keep going.
And he was he was our last 2 legs too, so he was all the hills on that old course.
Yeah, that's what I did, the last 2 legs on that.
He was not a happy camper afterwards, and I was like, I get it.
And we had to carry the baton, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. I'm like, I should put it down the back of my shirt, put it in the front of my shirt, hit people with it.
I mean, if you end up running a hilly impromptu half marathon, I think you have the right to hit people with the baton at that point.
And there was this poor guy, he was running the full marathon, he's struggling, and he was going up the hill by the lighthouse. So I'm like, hold on to my baton, I'll pull you up.
I'll pull you up. We got it. So the relay team is fun. And the biggest thing with the relay team is the exchanges. Is making sure that your people are to the right spots in the
at the right time. Yeah, and you have to have your own car. We don't provide transportation. So we have in the relay packets, it has all the information on the relay exchange zones, what they look like, where you should be running, where your runner should be standing. It has the driving map so that you don't drive on the course. We don't want you driving on the course. I'm not sure if the relay, it might be in there.
Is it in, I know in previous years we've had.
That's it, but it's so small.
Okay, there it is. And we have the printouts, the big posters
we have,
of what each exchange zone looks like.
Those will be at the expo. Yep.
So you can always get those, and we're more than happy to
and they're on the website.
You
can click on them.
You can look at them, take them in, save them as a screenshot on your phone. Save it to your phone as a picture. But print it out, put it on your wall, show it to your grandma, let her know, like, hey,
this was me.
This was me. I ran through this area. I'm not going to get lost. I'm not going to park in the wrong spot.
It has where to park, where you drop your runner off, and you pick your runner up, and get your runner to the the next relay exchange zone. So
and with the exchange zones too, so the marathoners, because it's on the same exact course, will pass through the exchange zones too. But we've got a lot of signage for you as to like relay people on this side, full marathoners on the other side. And there'll be a course monitor there directing, screaming at you, relay marathon, relay marathon. So that way you know which side of the ropes to go on, and your people who are exchanging the snap bracelet with you, which is the baton as of right now, which works out a lot better because you can just kind of have your hand out and the person can snap it on, and then you don't have to worry about carrying anything. Which is nice. So they'll be on the side that you're being directed over to. So
and it's a nice little souvenir bracelet.
For one person on your team.
For one person on your team.
That's for you to decide. You have to have the grudge match on that one. That's not on us.
But your medal, you all get a piece of the pie.
And so one person, usually the way that the medals and the bibs are distributed is you, Kathy, have made all the packets up for the most part, and you'll get a packet that has all your bibs on it in it.
Yep, has all your bibs, has all your information. Has your slap bracelet. It has 42 safety pins, not 43 or 40, 42. And that's,
you can buy safety pins at Staples and at the dollar store and
I give you 2 extra in case you drop one.
Look at that. She's so generous.
I know, huh?
So generous, so giving, so kind.
I'm so kind.
Who knew? Who knew? But I think the biggest thing with the relay bibs is just making sure that the last person,
the last runner, has
the chip on the back.
The chip. That would be the bib that has the smiley sticker on the back.
Ah, yes. And has the big plastic chunky piece on the back, too. So if you have a smiley sticker and a chunky piece on the back of your bib and you are not the last leg, my friend, you got the wrong bib.
Right, exactly.
You got the wrong bib. So whoever your person is who's crossing the finish line.
Yeah.
That way we can know that your team crossed the finish line.
And you got the right time. Right, exactly. And another thing, too, I tell anybody for any bib, so bibs have to be printed like way back when, just because you have to get them in on time. So after a certain date, if you register after that, your name is not printed on your bib. Bring Sharpies, bring stickers. Bring stickers, you know, just don't mess with that timing chip. But I tell people. Yeah.
I did that for my marathon on Sunday, too. I wrote it on both sides because I know how I like people calling my name out when I'm running.
Yeah.
So I wrote my name. There was a Sharpie in my Airbnb. I wrote Juliana all the way across my bib. And
stickers,
had a nice time.
I love it.
Yeah, write your name on like your arm or something too, on your side of your leg, somewhere where people can read it. Get a shirt that has your name on it. People love to scream your name.
Yeah,
we love to scream your name. Plus, just as from a very selfish point of view, if your name is on your shirt or on your bib or on your arm, it's way easier for me to read that and call it out as the race announcer than it is to try and find you on the race announcing results where I have like so many other people
what number are you?
Through and I have to match a number to a name and then match a supposed face to a number and a name. Whereas if your shirt just says Jean on the front, I can just be like, yeah, it's Jean. She's coming in right now. It's so much easier. If you wear your name really big on the front of your shirt, guaranteed shout out from me. Because for me, that's so much easier.
Yeah, make her life easier.
Yeah, make my life a little bit easier when I'm trying. Especially you half marathon people out there.
There's so many of you. So many.
It's so much easier if you write your name on your shirt or it's on your bib, you know. But just make sure, too, if it's on your bib, it's the name that you want to be called, too. So if
don't write I'm with stupid.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be called
unless you are with stupid.
Unless you are. That's fine, you know. We've all been there before. Mike Falcone knows. I'm the stupid one. He's the one who would have been wearing that. But he and I are buds. But definitely make sure if you want your name called out or if you want to like just be known, write your name on your bib and make sure you got that. But definitely, and make sure it's on the front of your shirt too.
Yeah,
bibs
the
on the
back
front
doesn't help. Yeah.
Bibs on the front.
Bibs on the front.
Because then also you get identified in pictures easier. So that makes it a lot easier for you to identify yourself, which pictures are also included as part of our race entry. So you get free, quote unquote, you paid for your entry, you get free pictures.
Yep.
Which is a nice time.
Yep.
I'm always appreciative of that. And then you, as part of your goodie bag this year, you get your shirt. And then if you cross the finish line, you get your medal.
Get your medal. Get your chowder.
Yep, you get your chowder. Get your Jack and the Beanstalk, apple cider donut.
Yep.
Get all those things. Are we forgetting anything, Kathy? Are we doing anything else? No cowbells this year?
No cowbells. Nope. Just the PR bell.
Yeah, which is, I think we forgot to mention, is actually modeled by a company that does ship bells.
Ship bells. It's a ship bill making company in North Carolina.
That thing is freaking loud.
Let me tell you, it sounds like the ferry.
It does. It's like I think anyone who's coming to the Cape Cod Marathon either hear someone ring it or ring it yourself. I don't think you understand exactly how, like, it's a ship bell.
It's a ship bell.
It's a ship bell. It's not like one of those, like, ding, 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 ding. It's like,
it's a
boom,
bell.
boom, boom, boom. It's like a big old deep ship bell.
Yeah. And Bob Richards, he's a local designer. He made the stand for it.
And it's engraved with Cape Cod Marathon.
It's engraved.
It's fancy.
Fancy. We're so fancy.
It's so fancy.
So fancy.
No one else has a ship bell out there.
Nope.
We're the only ones with a PR ship bell. It's just us.
Because we're on the coast. You have to have a ship bell.
Yeah, we got to be themed. Everything else we have is coastal themes. We got the shell. We got the fat fish, as I call it, because no one can identify what kind of fish that is.
Oh, yeah.
For the half marathon.
Is it a bass?
It's some kind of flounder, I think.
A flounder?
I did a pretty extensive.
I don't know anything about fish.
So I was trying to find pictures of it for our social media at one point. I did a really deep dive on Google. I don't think that actual fish exists.
Probably
I think someone
not.
drew it and like kind of modeled it after like some flounder.
Flounder, yeah.
It's like a combination of like a flounder and that fish that has the eyes on the top of his head that sits on the bottom of the ocean.
Oh,
like the one-sided
yeah.
fish that's like whoop and sitting on there. It's like blah, blah, blah. And it just looks like real weird, and it's some combination of that. But we got the turtle.
The turtle. The sea turtle. It's a scallop shell.
Oh, the scallop.
It's a scallop shell. The marathon one.
No, the chowder challenge is the quahog.
Yeah, that's quahog.
Yeah.
No, it's a chowder. It's clam.
Isn't a clam and a quahog the same thing?
Well, a clam is this big and a quahog is this big.
Yeah, but it's on the shirt. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Clam slash quahog.
It's not called the quahog challenge. It's called chowder. Clam chowder challenge. That's what it's called. Clam chowder. So it's a clam.
It's clam. And then not seahorse, the horseshoe crab. Horseshoe crab is the relay.
Well, it's the shell now with all the pieces, but on the shirt, it's a horseshoe crab. But the metal is pieces of the pie, and it's all different legs of the course. Whatever leg you did is the picture of where you were.
Yeah. The point was, though, Kathy, is we're very coastal.
Yeah, we're very coastal. And the kids run,
the starfish.
It's a starfish.
Yeah. So we like to stay on theme here. We like to stay coastal because, I mean, that's kind of the vibe of the whole thing. I think one of the other things we do really well, too, which we can probably just touch on briefly, is our eco-friendly measures that we take care of here. So...
Yeah, so it's NASA Disposal and Remix Organics will be taking care of getting rid of all of our compostables, all of our recyclables. There's very little trash. We're going to be like the race that has no trash.
That's not a bad thing.
No.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
But definitely, I mean, Cape Cod is what I would call kind of a little bit more crunchy granola, shall we say. It's a little bit more
keep the beaches clean.
Yeah, because I feel like we all don't take for granted the fact that we live on such a beautiful piece of land that we don't want to lose that.
Right.
Granted, erosion, things like that. We're good. It's
Mother
good.
Nature.
Yeah, even the time that I've been here, I'm sure you can speak to this too, Kathy. You've seen the beach creeping.
Yeah, it's creeping.
The beach be creeping up on the road. But that's something that, as human beings, we can't really do anything
you
about.
Can't fix
from
that.
From
you
a
really
micro level, which our marathon is a micro level of things.
Evolution, evolving.
Yeah. But we can help
do what we can.
Pollution.
So the compostable stuff will be in. There'll be giant yellow containers, like those giant toters they call them. So everything that's compostable, which is like all of our plates, forks, everything like that, goes in those. And then we have recyclables for recyclable material, if you have a water bottle. And then trash is just like your leftover scrapings of your food or your gum wrapper or something.
Yeah, something that really can't be. Probably something that's like contaminated with food more or less, and just can't be recycled, and also is not compostable. So. Which I think is exciting. And then we have our water monster.
Giant water monster that we borrow from the Falmouth Road Race.
Thank you, Falmouth Road Race.
Yes, thank you.
We appreciate it. And that helps cut down on our plastic waste.
Right.
Because we do the compostable cups.
Yep.
And it pretty much works as like a giant...
it's a trough. It's giant. It's like a water tower.
Yeah, it looks like a water tower. It's got the little spouts.
Spouts all around it.
It's kind of the updated, really giant version of those Gatorade
containers.
At
it's
soccer
giant.
games.
Yeah.
Just the really big version of that with multiple different spigots on it. But that definitely helps with the
cuts down the waste.
Stuff.
Yep.
And like all of our silverware, I believe, is compostable.
Yep, it's compostable.
All of our bowls and cups and everything is compostable.
Everything.
So, and you won't really find any plastic things that we're handing out. Like everything we pretty much have, like the apple cider donuts, we get them by the big box from Jack and the Beanstalk.
They all come. Yep.
The birds supply the chowder.
The chowder.
In reusable containers and compostable bowls.
Yep.
So pretty much everything, I'd say the only actual trash we're really producing would be a few other things, and maybe the goo wrappers and stuff like that, because they don't make that yet. That's something that they've yet to make.
And speaking of those, when you go through your water station, please throw it in a trash barrel and not on someone's front lawn.
Yeah, don't leave it on someone's front lawn.
So
we like our neighbors. We like to. there are those neighbors who we all know are going to show up on race morning trying to drive down the street where the race is. I didn't know there was a race here. And there's been signs there for like 4 or 5 days, and they live there, and they know.
Every year.
And they've lived there for years, and they know.
They know.
So, but they're going to pinch a little fit every year, and there's nothing we can do about that.
That's nothing.
But, you know, the people who are, like, respectfully kind, or especially the people who are out there cheering on their front lawn.
Yeah.
Don't throw
having parties on their front lawn.
Yeah, like offering you a beer as you run by.
Don't do it.
Don't throw a goo on their lawn.
Yeah.
You know, worst comes to worst.
Keep it clean.
They probably have a trash bucket on their lawn. And you say, can you take this trash for me? And they'll say, yes, I can take that trash for you. And you'll say, thank you, good sir or ma'am. And then you'll be about your way.
Yep.
So there's no need for trash anywhere.
Yeah.
And we'll have trash buckets at each of the aid stations. So, and also porta potties.
Porta potties at all the aid stations. Yep.
Yep. Don't go to the bathroom in someone else's yard.
Yep.
It's an emergency. Yeah. You know? But try and keep it. As someone who has GI issues, you know, for the most part, I've pretty much always kept a porta potty, so we good.
Yep.
You're allowed to play porta potty hopscotch if you have to, but it's okay. I've done that. I've been there before.
Yep. Been there, done that.
It's all good. But I think that's pretty much the majority of the things that we want to cover, Kathy.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think we got a good, well-rounded view of like what exactly the runners can expect. Any questions that they might have.
How the weekend pans out.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to get a bunch of email. Oh, when is this video? When is it being aired?
I'm hoping to get the podcast up at the beginning of next week.
Okay. Because you're going to get a ton of emails from me next week. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't unsubscribe because then you won't get them, and then you're going to send me an email, and I'm going to be like,
I didn't hear about what was going on. Why did you not send me parking information? I can't believe I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Read your emails, friends.
Yeah.
Read your emails.
Read the emails.
Read your emails. Get up on our social media. Any updates you need to know that are a little bit more just like shorter, that's going to go up on our social media.
Yeah.
Kathy and I are always in cahoots.
Yep.
Doing something.
Yep.
So definitely, and if you have any questions, feel free, reach out, info@capecodmarathon.com.
That's me.
That's Kathy. That's a straight line to Kathy's inbox. Any of the socials, mostly the Instagrams. If you have Instagram questions, if that's your preferred method, I'll be there. Anything I can't answer, Kathy knows, I direct over to her. So we're here to support you guys. We're here to welcome you into the community for the weekend.
We can't wait.
Yeah, we're so excited.
I can't wait. 1 week from today.
This is my favorite.
What time is it? What time is it now?
Oh, it's almost exactly. Oh, yeah. This is one of my favorite weekends, mostly because I get to announce the finish line, too. And we all know I have a lot of fun announcing the finish line.
We all do.
It's a lot of fun. But this is like my favorite weekend out of the whole year. This is like Christmas. Yeah, this is like Christmas and everything. Like I had a Chicago Marathon entry this year, but as soon as Jack decided it was going to be Columbus Day weekend again, immediately I was like, I'm not going to Chicago.
You've already done it.
I've done it once, yeah. And like, this is way more fun for me. This is so much more fun. Like, I get to come out and celebrate the community that I love to run in. I get to scream at people as they're running through and completing a marathon, you know? It's the best thing. Screaming's one of my favorite pastimes and activities. It's a nice time. And then you get the people who come up to me, they're like, you announced my name. It was so cool. I was like, yeah, it's a fun time, you know?
Yeah, people like to hear their name.
Yeah, I made sure the announcer, Clarence DeMar, announced me, and I gave him a shout out as I was crossing the finish. I was like, that's right, my dude.
That's me.
You announced me. That's right. We have a fun time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're super excited to see everyone, to see all the runners this coming weekend pretty much. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And if you're listening to this past the 2024 Cape Cod Marathon, we hope that you're going to run whatever year it is that you're listening to this. Yeah,
come down.
Because if we know anything, Kathy, you and I are currently curmudgeonly fixtures in this at this point.
Exactly.
If anyone thinks that we're going anywhere, like they're going to have to pry our dead bodies up or something.
Yeah, I know.
That's kind of the long and short of that one. So whatever year you're listening to this, whether it's 2024 or somewhere off in the future, you know.
20, like 55.
Yeah, either our ashes are in the back.
I know, mine will probably be there.
Or we're still there.
Like the crypt keepers.
Yeah, our ghosts are wandering around somewhere. Mine's probably shouting at you from the finish line, you got this! Come on! Screaming, you know, as I do. But it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is.
It's going to be a lot of fun. But thank you so much for coming on, Kathy.
Oh, hey, it was good.
Yeah, I'm so happy to have you.
Oh, thanks.
You'll see plenty more of me this weekend.
I know I will.
And this week.
I know.
We're not going away. It's not the end of the road. And also, just to wrap up our episode, so I don't think you have anything you want to promote or anything except for join us in the Cape Cod Marathon.
Yeah, just join us. Have a good time. Like, don't stress.
Yeah.
Don't stress. It's not that, it's really, don't stress.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not worth it. As people who have traveled across the globe for marathons, we know what the stress of a running marathon is. And this is not, this experience is not meant to be that.
Yeah.
This is meant to just be a nice time.
Right.
Just come out, have a nice time.
Yep.
And also, we encourage you too, if you are a local Falmouth person, join the running club.
Yeah.
It's a nice time.
Yeah, it is.
We do a lot of stuff year round.
We have a lot of fun.
Yeah, and let us know. But yeah, thank you again, Kathy, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you. And just a reminder to anyone who is watching or listening currently, we will be debuting our live stream of the Cape Cod Marathon, which is very exciting, this year of 2024. And you'll be able to catch that on our YouTube channel, which is the Cape Cod Marathon on YouTube. So look at our social medias for links to that the day of. So stay tuned for that as well. And we'll probably have some people who have run the Cape Cod Marathon who will be coming on the podcast. Cool. I think our friend Daniel might be coming on to talk about his first half marathon.
Oh, nice.
Very excited.
Very excited.
So, and I think we might have some interviews from some other people, but definitely tune back in for that. And if you guys have any feedback, any thoughts, feelings, concerns, you can send them on over to either, if it's about the Cape Cod Marathon, Kathy, info@capecodmarathon.com. If it's about the podcast, that is runnahpod@gmail.com. Also runnahpod across the socials as well. But we will see you on the next episode. And thank you for joining us for Runnah.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay.
And that's the end.
The end.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Runnah. This podcast is edited, hosted, and produced by me, Juliana Coughlin. Brought to you in part by the Falmouth Running Club and the Falmouth Community TV station. If you'd like to connect with us, you can find us on Instagram and on TikTok at RunnahPod. And you can send us an email at runnahpod@gmail.com. And our original theme music was brought to you by the one and the only wonderful Jeffrey Hutton. And keep up the great work. I'm proud of you.